What's up, guys? Today we are reviewing something that I had for quite a bit, but it's been kind of hard to review, and that is the Plasencia Ometepe Alma de Fuego. The reason why I was struggling to review this is because it's not the most pocket-friendly cigar. It's $100 at MSRP. But before I even get into the cigar, cut it, light it, taste it, smell it, all that kind of stuff, let's just break down the background of the cigar of why it's called the Ometepe, why it's called Alma de Fuego, and so on. I'm just prolonging just what's gonna hurt my heart when I cut the cigar. I'm actually gonna read off what it says on half wheel because I actually think it's an interesting smoke. The background on it is pretty solid. Once I'm done reading this summary of the cigar, I'm just gonna go cut and light. So this actually kills two birds with one stone. You get a cool fact, and I'm gonna be hitting all the things that I typically do before I smoke a cigar anyways. So on half view, it states, this year Plasencia joined the $100 club with its Alma de Fuego Ometepe Edición Limitada, a limited edition that the company says is its first cigar to use a wrapper grown on the volcanic island of Ometepe in Lake Nicaragua. The island is home to two volcanoes, Concepcion and Maderas, which are connected by a small lowland area. Plasencia named the strand of tobacco Olla de Fuego, or Blade of Fire. The binder and filler also come from Nicaragua, though Plasencia disclosed neither the region nor the laboratory used. The cigar is a 6x54 box press torpedo that comes in a glass tube with two pieces, magnetized base, with each box containing 20 cigars. Placing is set at $100 per cigar and $2,000 per box. That's basically all I need from half wheel. So let's just see how it looks again. And I'm going to take out the base, this magnet, and I'm going to slowly take out the cigar. This looks very suspect. Now that it's empty, I think Eric could use. I'm gonna send it to Eric so he could use it. If you catch my drift, he's a little bitch sometimes. Look, Eric, don't y'all let me. Ooh, it actually does smell ashy. Ooh, strong earth. It does smell kind of like volcanic. Very earthy too, very pungent. It's like dirty. It's gonna sound weird when I say it like this, but it's almost like dirty mop bucket. The dirty water in a mop bucket. Like it's been sitting in a maintenance closet for like 2 weeks. Ooh, but the foot is sweet. Almost like chocolatey. The wrapper, like a mop bucket. Dirty water. It was spicy too. Whew. Taking a deep breath because the next part is what is gonna break my heart. It's time to cut the cigar. Look at it for me, guys. No, my heart. Is this big enough? Nah. I'm gonna keep it at that. I gotta cut too much. Alma de Fuego. I'm gonna remove the footband now, but this is how it looks like before. Footband has been don't want to damage the cigar. Come on, you. It's just like tight on there. Okay, there you go. Flipping off. Ay, ay, ay. I don't want to do this. I mean, I already cut it, so I can't even. Oh. Oh, a nice ping.
Keyblade chosen one. He's a lucky kid.
Ooh. Wow. Very woodsy, earthy, retro. Sweet earth too. Huh. Forgot to mention too with the cold draw. It's tip of my tongue. The cold draw had like a little cereal taste, like a honey nut Cheerio type of taste. Wasn't more like the Rice Krispie. I mean, it had a little bit like Rice Krispie Cheerios taste for the cold draw. That's why I don't know why I didn't mention it. I guess it wasn't really too like wow factor for me at the moment. But these pulls are kind of interesting. A little pepper in there. But all I'm getting at the moment is just woodsy earth. Nothing else is in there. Just woodsy and earth. Yeah, so far the first third, there's nothing really special about it. The earthiness is very sweet. The pepper is very subtle. Doesn't feel strong with strength. How is this $100? I guess because the wrapper is by Volcano. Hopefully it gets better. Oh, I'm gonna see if it gets better. See you guys in the second third. Before you even ash it, let's just take a look of how the construction looks. With, I guess you could say a half. I would say about an inch of ash. That is pure white on the borders. Middle section being this light grayish ash. This is a beautiful cigar. Taste wise, it's very linear, mineral, more like metallic mineral. Now, like, been tasting it for the past 10-15 minutes. It's very, like I say, earthy, gritty, metallic. Pepper has soothed down for the second third. But as I'm entering the second third, there's this subtle cocoa and coffee-like taste to it. Very subtle. That earthy, mineral, metallic taste is the main forefront. The pepper really soothed down quite a bit. As I enter the halfway point of the cigar, so far, my judgment, it's that I don't see anything truly special about the cigar other than its background and I guess its history. And I guess what makes it special, that it's grown by a volcano. The taste is not bad, but it's not memorable to me. It may be fit to other people's palate, but to mine, it just seems a little bit one-dimensional. A lot of the other flavor notes is very subtle, while its main forefront being what I stated before plenty of times, just that mineral, earthy, metallic taste. And that's essentially what all you get from the cigar at the moment. Nothing interesting has been happening yet, so I'm gonna smoke it to the ban, which will be introducing the last third, and I'll see you guys then. I'm not even at the halfway mark yet, and all I can say, one, it's a little bit of a crack happening right here at the base, but it should be fine since the wrapper is holding it down. I'm not sure it's because I'm at the halfway mark or it's getting closer to transition to the last third. The flavor is picking up, as in it's a way more vibrant, way more pleasant, sweeter. There's this very sweet cocoa taste to it, like very sweet. You still have that very dominating mineral, metallic, earthy taste to it, but you have this very subtle, that's no longer trying to be subtle, coffee, cocoa's sweetness, kind of like a little bit of baking spice, a little bit coming out as well. It's actually turning around. Before it was very, not, I wouldn't say bland, but very to the point where it kind of got boring to me. Now it's turning a little more exciting. See you guys on the last third. All right, guys, I'm at this part of the cigar. This is the final third. Surprisingly enough, it's becoming way more rounded, way more potent. I don't know how to describe it. It's an oddity. It's good at the same time that it's also just, I don't know. It's weird how I feel about the cigar. It's not bad at all. I kind of expected a little bit more. It's not as earthy as before. That subtle chocolate and coffee note is basically gone. The cigar is more fuller than usual. It's unique. Very, very unique. I'm not sure if I like it, if I don't like it, if it's meh, or if it's amazing. It gives me very conflicted feelings. The pepper, it's there, but it's now very mild. That mineral is still its prominent note. The mineral is still its prominent note, but I guess you could say the word is robust. It's more fuller. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I like it. It's very, very strange. With that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and just cast my votes on cigar. My 3 ratings, which is appearance, construction, and then taste note. First off, appearance. When it came to the glass tubing, when it came to the band, it was very Plasencia-esque, very standard in a sense. The glass tubing was kind of cool. That little magnetic strip in the bottom that seals the cigar. I mean, with its covering and just it automatically seals, it doesn't seem like it does its job at maybe keeping humidity in or basically holding the cigar to. Might be, it's not that effective. But just seeing the glass tubing, you know, it's a little bit cloudy. It's interesting. But it's not a very clear glass. It's like it got affected a little bit of humidification system I had in my humidor, because again, it's very cloudy. Let me see. I think it's the top of my finger. It's cloudy. But the band work, everything about it, it's above the standards when it comes to Plasencia. But instead of having a cellophane, it came with the glass tubing. I think it's kind of cool. So I'll give the appearance maybe a 7.5. It's something revolutionary. It's cool. It's definitely would be nice to have this as a, not really much a centerpiece, but more of a collection. Say, hey, at least I had the cigar and I kept it, or had it at least. It was a cool factor. It's like the whole Davidoff Odo Blanco that comes with a little coffin. So it's cool. It gives it a little rewarding feeling that you spend all this money and instead of just having the band left over, this comes with a little glass tubing, which gives it the same feel when you get the Padron's 60th anniversary. It has a little coffin as well. So it's 7.5 when it comes to appearance. When it comes to construction, even though I had that little crack at that point I did show you, it never unraveled. It maintained itself. It didn't crack. Even at this point, you know, it's very intact. So I'm gonna give the construction, I would say a solid 8. You know, you have the ash being very dark gray now. It's usually the outskirts where the binder is at. That is that very white gray, but it's dark gray in the middle. For taste notes, it's interesting. Again, you have that very sweet earth, metallic, mineral taste to it. That second, third had the little subtle hints of that chocolate, cocoa, espresso coffee. It's a very unique experience when it comes to the taste. I never had the other Alma de Fuego other than this Ometepe. I spoke with Tony, Soy Sauce Assassin, and he essentially said it's just a more refined version of Alma de Fuego. How he kind of made the comparison was, think about Alma de Fuego, the original Plasencia variation, as the iPhone, and think about the cigar as the iPhone Pro Max. That's essentially what the cigar is. I have smoked a Alma de Fuego, but it was not for review. It was for personal use. That typically when I have personal use cigars, I don't really pay attention to the taste notes like I do in reviews. So I can't really make the comparison or agree with him wholeheartedly until I do the review myself. Maybe down the line I will. But this is a very interesting, unique cigar. For the taste notes, I guess I will leave it at an 8. It's not bad, which is why I'm giving that 8. And I dropped to the 7.5. You combine my rating, it's still an ash. No pun intended, because you know it was farmed right next to a volcano, which comes with lava and ash and whatever. But it's still a solid cigar. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Ometepe Alma de Fuego by Plasencia. This is a $100 cigar, and in my opinion, I say give it a try. If it's out of your budget range, if you just want to live vicariously through me, that's fine. It's not a bad cigar. If it ever lands in your hand, you might enjoy it. If those are the notes you like in a cigar, you would thoroughly enjoy it. If those are notes you don't like, if you skip it, it's not going to be world ending for you. But as always, guys, I love your faces, and I'm out. Peace.